From the outside, Jonathan Antoine's recent public statements appeared calm, measured, and reflective. But to those who have followed his journey closely, something felt different, almost unresolved. Speaking during a quiet post-performance interview, Antoine described his solo career using past tense phrasing that immediately raised eyebrows among fans and industry watchers alike. As a reporter observing the moment, it was not what he said that carried weight, but how he said it. There was gratitude in his voice, yet also restraint, as if holding back a larger truth. Antoine referenced chapters closing and new musical conversations ahead, language that subtly hinted at transition rather than conclusion. In the entertainment world, especially for artists shaped by competition fame, such wording is rarely accidental. The timing, too, was notable, coming after a period of reduced solo releases and increasing nostalgia-driven fan engagement. While no official announcement was made, the emotional tone suggested that Antoine may be preparing audiences for a shift rather than an exit. Industry insiders know that when artists begin framing their work as legacy instead of momentum, strategic recalibration is often underway. Whether this marks an emotional goodbye to solo work or simply a pause remains unclear. But one thing is certain: Jonathan Antoine knows exactly how closely his words are being watched. For an artist once known for consistent output and visible touring schedules, Jonathan Antoine's recent quiet period has been impossible to ignore. From a recording standpoint, silence in the music industry often speaks louder than announcements. Fans accustomed to regular updates, recordings, and live appearances began noticing gaps: missed seasonal releases, postponed appearances, and an absence of forward-looking promotional language. This silence did not feel accidental. Rather, it aligned with patterns seen in artists contemplating reinvention. Historically, Antoine has been transparent with his audience, making this period of reduced communication all the more striking. Sources close to the production side describe projects that were discussed but never finalized, creative meetings that ended with clear next steps. For observers, this suggests deliberation rather than burnout. The question is not whether Jonathan Antoine still loves music, but how he wants to present it next. In many cases, artists stepping back from solo releases are not retreating from music altogether, but reconsidering the structure in which they create. The lack of denial surrounding duo rumors has only intensified speculation. Silence, in this context, feels less like absence and more like preparation. The entertainment industry thrives on whispers long before headlines emerge, and Jonathan Antoine's name has recently resurfaced in private conversations surrounding potential collaborations.
According to multiple industry contacts, informal discussions about a duo project began circulating months ago, well before fans noticed changes publicly. These were not casual collaborations, but structured conversations about shared branding, musical identity, and long-term direction. From a reporter's perspective, what stands out is the seriousness of these discussions. Duo formations are rarely spontaneous. They involve extensive planning, contractual considerations, and audience strategy. Antoine's history makes this particularly compelling. Having first risen to fame in a duo format earlier in his career, the idea of returning to that structure carries both emotional and commercial significance. Industry executives view duos as lower-risk, emotionally resonant rebrands, especially for artists with strong storytelling appeal. While no partner has been officially named, the fact that these conversations remain undisputed lends credibility to the rumors. In entertainment journalism, silence in response to specific speculation is often more telling than denial. For Jonathan Antoine, the concept of a duo is not merely a career move, it is deeply emotional. Sources close to the artist describe his relationship with shared performance as formative, even defining. From a reporting standpoint, this emotional layer cannot be overlooked. Artists who have experienced early fame and partnership often carry complex feelings when considering a return to that format.
There is comfort, but also vulnerability. Antoine has previously spoken about trust, balance, and creative safety, all elements that duos require at a high level. His recent interviews subtly reference shared responsibility and musical dialogue, phrases that feel intentionally chosen. Emotionally, a duo can relieve the isolation of solo work while amplifying pressure in different ways. Observers note that Antoine appears more reflective than ambitious in his recent tone, suggesting a desire for connection over spotlight.
This emotional recalibration aligns closely with duo dynamics, where success is shared and personal narratives intertwine. Timing in the music industry is everything, and the recurring mention of 2026 is not arbitrary. From an analytical perspective, 2026 represents an optimal window for reinvention without alienation. It allows sufficient distance from recent solo projects while preserving audience loyalty. Industry strategists note that Antoine's demographic, emotionally invested, nostalgia-driven listeners, responds well to long-term anticipation. By allowing rumors to breathe without confirmation, momentum builds organically. Additionally, 2026 aligns with broader industry cycles, including anniversary marketing opportunities and renewed interest in classical crossover formats. If a duo launch is planned, this timeline allows for careful narrative construction rather than reactive rollout. As a reporter, it's clear that nothing about this timing feels rushed. On the contrary, it appears meticulously considered. Monitoring fan response provides critical insight into an artist's direction, and Jonathan Antoine's audience has reacted with notable emotional maturity. Rather than resisting the possibility of change, many fans appear receptive, even hopeful. Social media discussions reveal a readiness for evolution, with frequent references to Antoine's early career roots. From a reporting angle, this matters. Artists often hesitate to shift formats out of fear of backlash, but in this case, fan sentiment may be encouraging rather than restrictive. The absence of outrage suggests that audiences sense authenticity in Antoine's trajectory. This emotional alignment between artist and audience strengthens the likelihood of a successful transition. Behind closed doors, industry confidence in collaborative branding has grown significantly, especially for vocal-driven genres. Executives view duos as emotionally efficient, two narratives reinforcing one another. For Jonathan Antoine, whose appeal is rooted in sincerity and vulnerability, a duo format offers expanded storytelling potential. Reportedly, discussions have included not only musical compatibility, but also public chemistry and long-term sustainability. This level of planning indicates seriousness rather than speculation.
In industry terms, Antoine is viewed as collaboration ready, a phrase that signals strategic alignment rather than experimentation. Importantly, a return to duo work does not erase Jonathan Antoine's solo achievements. From a journalistic standpoint, the narrative appears to frame a duo as evolution, not abandonment. Solo work established his artistic independence. A duo could redefine his emotional range. Many artists successfully alternate between formats without diminishing either. The key lies in messaging, and Antoine's careful language suggests awareness of this balance. By honoring his solo journey while opening the door to collaboration, he preserves credibility across both paths. In celebrity reporting, denial, or lack thereof, is often the most revealing signal. Despite growing speculation, neither Antoine nor his representatives have issued firm denials regarding duo plans. This silence contrasts sharply with past instances where rumors were quickly addressed. The decision not to clarify suggests intentional ambiguity. From an investigative standpoint, ambiguity is a tool, not an oversight. It allows narrative momentum while preserving flexibility. The longer the silence continues, the more likely it is that discussions are active rather than hypothetical. As this story continues to unfold, one question remains at its core. Is Jonathan Antoine saying goodbye to solo work, or simply redefining it? From a reporter's perspective, the evidence points toward transformation rather than closure. Emotional language, strategic timing, industry whispers, and fan readiness all converge toward a future that looks collaborative. Whether officially confirmed or not, the groundwork has been laid. If 2026 brings a duo announcement, it will not feel sudden, it will feel earned. Until then, Jonathan Antoine stands at a crossroads, not in silence, but in carefully chosen words that suggest the next chapter is already being written.